Hello, everybody. Two more episodes of Beyond the Gates to talk about today. Episodes 35 and 36, I believe. We're going to talk about them pretty quickly today, probably. But first, I do have to promote the Patreon as usual. Patreon.com/OCGTV to watch some old One Life to Live with me currently, but there will be more in the future. As for these two episodes of Beyond the Gates, I think the big story we got to start with is the Bill Naomi situation, the court battle that will never be. I have mixed feelings on Naomi suddenly dropping the case against her father and getting another lawyer to do it. I thought the writing for their dialogue yesterday was good. I feel like we finally see Naomi warming to Bill. I think the whole his hand going numb kind of got the ball rolling on this because she's afraid that if they don't start to make up, they might never have the time to make up because life is short, basically. And Naomi doesn't want this to ruin however much time they have left. That was all fine and well. My problem is that, if they were going to start this story and build it as Bill versus Naomi, then pull the rug out from under it, it's kind of a weak way out for me. I think it's the boring way out. I think it's typical of modern soap opera to take the easy way out rather than actually give us the drama. So, while the writing for it was fine, and I guess it's good for the Naomi and Bill relationship, and there being progress there. For the actual show, I think it is a lack of drama, and that's not something I enjoy, is a lack of drama. The more drama, the better for me. But that is what happened. We did get some drama between Bill and Mike at the end of yesterday's episode into today, with Bill wanting to drop Mike from the firm because of this case against him and because of all the rumors at this firm from him, past firms from Mike. Mike clearly has a reputation with complaints from women, and Bill doesn't want this happening at the firm anymore. Mike tried to do some threats to Bill too, that if he goes, his clients are going to go with them, the firm's going to lose money. The biggest drama came when Mike accused Bill that he's just taking the fall for Bill because the case just came forward in the first place because Naomi wanted revenge against Bill, and now Bill just wants to get back into Naomi's good graces. Then during that confrontation, Mike almost called Naomi a bitch, and Bill did not take a good liking to that. Almost roughed Mike up. I enjoyed that side of Bill. I've always liked Bill, even though he is one of the villains, I guess you can say, on the show. But because Timon is a good actor, I've always liked Bill. And it's good to see the more, I don't want to say heroic, because that's giving it too much credit. But the better side of Bill in this confrontation with Mike, the better of the two evils, we'll go ahead and say for now. Also in yesterday's episode, the Dani stuff, which played into yesterday and today. Dani drinking her vodka again. She called Andre at the hospital wanting to see him quickly. She wanted to put on a VIP show for him, or so she said. Basically wanted to seduce him again. At the hospital, Jacob and Andre had a little chat where Jacob was telling Andre he knows a baddie that he wants to hook Andre up with, and Andre wasn't going for it. I guess Jacob took that as Andre already having his eye on someone. Is that person Ashley? Probably, but it also plays into the Dani situation, which is going to be, well, at least I hope it will be good drama when it does come out that Dani and Andre keep hooking up. That's going to have a ripple effect with Jacob, Naomi, and of course with Nicole and Ted and all that side of the family. Andre does end up coming over. Well, before that, Dani was vibing with her drinking at first. drunkenly trying to do her model walk, having a good time. But by the time Andre showed up, she was a drunken mess. And he helped her into bed, helped her with some pain medication and water to try and get her better. Andre thought that Dani fell asleep towards the end of yesterday's episode, but she didn't. She still wanted to give him a show, still wanted to hook up with him. They continued to have their fun that way. In today's episode, though, we got to once again see the side that Andre does care about Dani. He tried to have like this mini intervention for her today after she came awake from her like blackout drunk state, trying to tell her that she has a lot of red flags. Dani says this is just her. He was trying to say that she's very up and down all the time, all over the place, which is true. Andre was speaking the truth, as we've seen many times from Dani. She's very much a one step forward, multiple steps back person, because we've seen her say, oh, I'm going to get over Bill. And then a few episodes later, just pining after him again. So yeah, she's definitely been up and down and all over the place. So Andre was correct. She tried to play the whole age thing with Andre, that called him baby cakes, said he's only interested in fun and games. But he was definitely being the more mature one, of course. Andre was trying to get Dani to see her strengths and that it shouldn't take him, or basically a man like Bill, for her to feel some kind of way about herself and be confident in herself, which is something we've talked about in the past, that, at first we were comparing her to All My Children's Erica Kane, but Dani does put men before her. And I think this is I'm hoping it's going to be her journey to find herself, seeing as she did marry Bill at such a young age and did kind of kill her own modeling career to make his career happen and all that. So Andre was speaking facts yet again in that situation with her. Dani, after Andre left, Dani took it into her own hands. Definitely, I think, seeing that she does need to get her groove back. Called over her friend Pamela. And you could say the funny part was when Pamela did come over. Dani was ready to start drinking again, even though she just came up from a blackout drunk phase. But luckily for Dani, Pamela said she's cutting back on drinking right now, so they only had mocktails. And Dani and Pamela tried to talk about Dani needing to find a passion again. Dani said that when she was 17, she felt most like herself back when she was breaking into modeling. And now they need to find that new passion. They ended up going to the country club. Haley was there. And Dani tried to give Haley some real advice, that she saw that Bill really does love Haley, but probably only for so long. Haley tried to say that her and Bill are here to stay, but Dani said only as long as it serves him. Haley was not open to this information, even though I think deep down she's seen signs in some past episodes over the past few weeks that Bill's not going to completely change. But I don't think she's going to want to hear that from Dani. By the end of the episode, Dani wanted to be the bigger person. She said it was because it's almost Easter. She got the waiter to actually wait on Haley at the country club. And when Bill arrived and Haley told him this, Bill ended up thanking Dani at the end of today's episode. But will this just be Dani once again taking one step forward, many steps back? We'll wait and see. I think it probably will be, and I think it probably should be. I think, as I've stated before, Dani's going to continue to be on a spiral until she absolutely hits rock bottom. And she's not at rock bottom yet, so I expect her to take some steps back. But maybe her friend Pamela, Katie McLean, can help Dani get her groove back a little bit. A few more things from yesterday's episode and today's too, but yesterday Vanessa, Diego, Doug were all on. Um, my favorite part with that was Shanice, of course, being her nosy self, noticing that Doug is suddenly just so booked at the hospital, throwing himself into his work. Of course, Shanice would notice that, but we would notice that too, since he's been gambling way more than actually working since the show started. It does seem as though Doug is trying to throw himself into work to stop gambling. Randy tried to, on Joey's behalf, get Doug back to the casino, but for now, Doug is standing strong. But as Joey told Randy on the phone, Doug will probably get that itch again because he is an addict. Vanessa and Diego kept playing around, kind of. Diego keeps chasing Vanessa, and I think she's completely over him. She's definitely feeling Joey now, moving on to her latest affair partner and him, I think. But I think Diego, as I've said many times, might have some craze in him. We'll see how that plays out. The only other story has been Tyrell's bullying coming out to Martin and Smitty. Not gonna lie, I'm having a hard time caring about this story. And if Martin's gonna use his power as senator to get the principal to do something about the kid that started the bullying and all that, it's kind of just more of the same for Martin and Smitty, where Martin just kind of runs over Smitty and does what he wants to do, no matter what Smitty nor the kids want Martin to do. It's getting tired, and I hope that they can, I guess, do something a little more in that story. Like, I do like the family interacting sometimes, but both Samantha's modeling story and Tyrell's bullying story needs a little more for me. And I don't mind younger stories. In fact, I said I want there to be younger stories, but I don't know if these are necessarily hitting for me. And I don't know if it's because of the teens or if it's because Martin and Smitty's relationship is just like a merry-go-round of the same thing happening over and over. But it's definitely been the thing I have felt the least over the past 2 episodes. I guess Ted and Nicole were on today as well. Ted was worried that Andre was going to come over because, Ted spilled the beans to Andre about his affair a few episodes ago. But if Ted was worried that Andre was going to tell Nicole, he probably should have never told Andre. But I don't think Andre's going to tell Nicole. He didn't today, so we'll see. I don't think anything big will come out with that story until the anniversary party at the end of this month.